Hello and welcome to Indian Masterminds. I'm Muskan Khandilwal, and today we are going to have a conversation with Mr. Tushar G Nikhare, a dynamic Indian Administrative Service officer from the 2015 batch, currently serving as the District Collector of Gangtok, Sikkim. In this interview, Mr. Nikhare will share his visionary approach to modernizing governance through innovative e-governance initiatives. With a passion for public service, he discusses the challenges and triumphs of digitizing traditional systems, promoting sustainable tourism, ensuring women's safety, and tackling disaster management in the fragile Himalayan terrain of Sikkim. Stay tuned as we explore his journey, motivations, and the impactful changes he is driving in Gangtok. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in Masterminds today.
Thank you so much for inviting me, ma'am.
So we can see that you are, modernizing traditional government procedures with the digitization. काफी कुछ आप initiatives ले रहे हैं. And generally we see that government offices lag behind when it comes to adopting new technologies or modernization. So I would like to know that what inspired you to, make the administration totally seamless and digital.
So first and foremost, thank you, Muskan, for inviting me. I am Tushar Nikhare. I'm District Collector Gangtok. I belong to 2015 batch of Indian Administrative Service and born on Sikkim cadre. So coming to your question, I have always felt that administration में public को ज़्यादा importance देनी चाहिए rather than being on the officer side. So the administration basically thrives on discretion, and that is where the so-called what do you say, the power is derived by the bureaucracy. And I've always felt that is somewhat of a misnomer, and it's public who should be on the they should not be on the receiving end, but they should be the ones who we should facilitate all our efforts. So through that, with this thought in mind only, we started all this e-governance initiative. And today's age is anyways an internet age. Today's age is always, we say that artificial intelligence is going to be the next big thing. So we thought of why to have such dated practices wherein people will have to come all the way from their homes. And what happens is Sikkim, being a hilly terrain, and the transport facilities are also not that good. So possibly if someone is traveling from far off corner of a district and coming to DC office, and if an officer is not available, unfortunately, because of some other engagement that the officer is there or on leave, how the whole effort of that person, of coming to the DC office, waiting for the entire day, then again reserving the taxi, paying fare for that, and then going back disappointed was somehow we couldn't fathom that. So we thought of, no, we'll make such systems wherein, officers, even if they are on leave or they are not available, people meeting them should not go back empty handed, and they should have their work done. So ये एक पहला thought process था. फिर उसके बाद भी हमें लगा कि why should people come? I mean, what is so much of what is so great that we do that, for which people have to come all the way and wait for us to meet, wait for officers to meet. So we thought of, why not replace this, not entire 100%, because obviously there will be some things जिसको हम लोग change नहीं कर सकते. So we thought of at least 70 to 80% क्या हम processes अपने automate कर सके, जहाँ पे public will not have to come. So these two thoughts, led us to modify our system. So we started with that thing.
तो जैसा आप बता रहे थे कि काफी कुछ ई गवर्नेंस को लेकर, सिटीजन्स को लेकर काफी कुछ किया जा रहा है, तो उसमें सबसे पहले आपका जो इनिशिएटिव है एमिन ऐप, और हाउ वी प्रोनाउंस इट, एमिन ऐप, राइट? तो सबसे पहले तो इफ यू कैन टेल मी व्हाट इज दिस होल इनिशिएटिव, एमिन का मतलब क्या है यहाँ पे, है ना? तो व्हाट इज दिस ऑल अबाउट?
I will tell you, ma'am. Amin, so we pronounce this as Amin.
Amin.
Amin in Sikkimese term would refer to the revenue surveyors. Revenue surveyors, who are in charge of the land records in your area. So entire district is, divided into revenue blocks and revenue circles, and then revenue circles are further divided into revenue blocks. So each block may there will be 2 or 3 Amins who would be, managing the land records of that area. सो सबसे पहला इनिशिएटिव जो हमने स्टार्ट किया था वो लाइक ब्रिंगिंग दिस पीपल अंडर द ई गवर्नेंस वाला थिंग, उसको कैसे करें।
हम्म।
पहले क्या होता था, अगर आपको या मुझे जमीन खरीदनी है, बेचनी है, तो आई हैव टू कांटेक्ट दिस अमीन, एंड देन दे विल गिव द डेट फॉर डीमार्केशन एंड देन द एंटायर प्रोसेस विल स्टार्ट. So
ओके।
we felt that a lot of complaints were there that we are not able to contact the Amin in the first place. अगर कांटेक्ट हो भी जाता था तो the dates that were given to them were like 2 months, 3 months down the line.
हम्म।
I mean, so the people were not sure कि for next 2 3 months where is that Amin
हम्म।
basically is there.
हम्म।
So, and then even after 2 3 months, there was no surety that this person will come. So
राइट।
people had to plan so much in advance, and have to follow that thing with multiple visits to DC offices, meeting officers concerned, meeting revenue surveyors concerned. So it was very time consuming, opaque, and non-transparent thing, I would say. So first we brought them under the radar, like all of you would have used the IRCTC app, or ticket booking systems wherein you go for movie tickets. So now we have developed a system wherein all our amines are available online. So you
हम्म।
have to just select the districts, or just select the subdivisions, then the block and your concerned revenue circle. Based on that, then you can book, you can make your payments online, and then a message goes to you as well as the concerned Amin that such and such date पे आपका slot book हुआ है, just like your IRCTC का
हम्म।
ticket app. देन इसमें अकाउंटेबिलिटी फीचर्स में व्हाट आई से, चलो बुकिंग हो गई, उसके बाद क्या, डज द अमीन रियली गो? सो नाउ व्हाट वी डिड इज, बिकॉज इट हैज कम थ्रू इटरेशंस, वी आल्सो लर्नड अ लॉट इन दिस व्हाइल मेकिंग दिस ऐप. सो हमने सोचा कि फिर अकाउंटेबिलिटी मेजर्स कैसे सेट करें. सो देन वी सेड नाउ वी आर डूइंग अ जियो टैग फोटोज. सो वो अमीन जाएगा तो जियो टैग फोटो आना चाहिए. सो जियो टैग फोटो नहीं आता है, दैट मीन्स यू हैव नॉट विजिटेड द साइट.
हम्म।
एंड अगर वो जियो टैग फोटो नहीं आता है तो द मेल डायरेक्टली कम्स टू मी. सो इट इज नॉट गोइंग एनीवेयर, लाइक माई किसी भी ऑफिसर के पास नहीं जाता, इट गोज टू मी डायरेक्टली. एंड देन आई दे आर अकाउंटेबल टू मी डायरेक्टली वाई दे हैव नॉट गॉट.
हम्म।
फिर दूसरी चीज आती है कि मेरा सर्वे तो हो गया, बट वेर इज द रिपोर्ट फॉर दैट. सो
राइट।
नाउ पहले रिपोर्ट देने में भी बहुत डिले होता था, 15 दिन, 20 दिन, 1 मंथ दे यूज्ड टू टेक. नाउ वी हैव सेट अप द अकाउंटेबिलिटी मेजर्स की अगर 3 या 4 दिनों में आपका मीन रिपोर्ट नहीं देता है तो हमारे एडीसीज और एसडीएम्स के पास मेल जाता है.
हम्म।
And then they are supposed to call this amins and ask them why have you not given. So
हम्म।
almost a foolproof system now, and for them also, for the amins also, when they visit it and when they upload the geotag photo, then only their flag gets removed from the system, that yes, now you have visited, and now you know अभी 10 स्लॉट इज फ्री, अब नेक्स्ट टाइम के लिए बुकिंग के लिए जा सकते हैं.
हम्म।
सो दिस हैज ब्रॉट लॉट ऑफ रिलीफ to the public, not just to the public, but there are very senior officers, because at the end of the day, you and me are also landowners, and the officers concerned are landowners, and for them also it was difficult to get hold of this Amin.
हम्म।
So now people are really, and as I was informing you, so Center for Innovation in Public Systems. So this institute was founded on the recommendation of 13th Finance Commission. So it honors the e-governance initiatives in the Northeast states and the border states, which are
हम्म।
sharing border
हम्म।
international borders. So we have been awarded under that,
ओके।
and under the National e-governance awards also. So now today in the evening, I'll be making a presentation to the jury. So fingers crossed for that thing also.
ऑल
So
द
this has
बेस्ट।
received a lot of accolades. All thank you so much, ma'am.
तो
Right,
नॉट एवरी वन इज टेक savvy, सबको टेक्नोलॉजी
correct.
यूज करना नहीं आता है। स्मार्टफोन भी आज के जमाने में बहुत सारे लोगों को नहीं
बिल्कुल.
आता है, स्पेशली द एल्डर वंस। तो आप कैसे उनको ये सर्विस का एक्सेस दिलवा रहे हैं? एज यू सेड कि जैसा IRCTC ऐप है वैसा ही है। अभी भी बहुत लोग वहीं रेलवे स्टेशन पे जाके ही अपनी टिकट्स बुक करवाते हैं, क्योंकि
Yes,
अगेन उनको
correct.
नहीं आता है बुक करना। तो यहाँ पे आप इस लोगों को कैसे सैनिटाइज कर रहे हैं, कैसे अवेयर करवा रहे हैं, कैसे टीच कर रहे हैं उन लोगों को?
अब तो इसमें, so there are two things that we have done. We also realized that again, all the IT initiatives that we have taken. So how do we ensure that people really use it?
या।
Because अभी भी क्या होता है, not just in our office, but I'm sure there are a lot of district collectors office wherein people prefer to go.
हम्म।
So they prefer to go by thinking that agar if we go there, our work will be done in a much faster manner. So for those people who still want to walk into the DC offices, we have set up a single window. सो हमने वहां पे एक टोकन मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम इंट्रोड्यूस किया हुआ है।
हम्म।
पहले क्या होता था, नॉट जस्ट दिस टोकन मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम इज नॉट जस्ट फॉर अमीन ऐप बट फॉर ऑल द आईटी इनिशिएटिव्स। पहले क्या होता था कि आपके सारे, जैसे मुझे कास्ट सर्टिफिकेट बनाना है, इनकम सर्टिफिकेट बनाना है, तो मैं एप्लीकेशन लेके ऑफिसर टू ऑफिसर जाऊंगा,
हाँ।
एंड दैट यूज टू टेक लॉट ऑफ टाइम, so मे बी 2 days 3 days एंड ऑल, एंड ऑफिसर कंसर्न अगर नहीं है तो वो देन अगेन वो डिले हो जाता था।
डिले होगा।
सो नाउ व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, वी आर taking all your documents at one place, single window में, then we are generating a token. If all the documents are correct, so one person will take the documents, another person will check the documents. If all the documents are in order, I'll generate a token for you. And then based on that token, you can go. You can go home or you can do your work. And after 3 or 4 hours, जो भी आपका citizen charter में we have listed कि कौन सा सर्विस कितने घंटों में आपको डिलीवर होनी चाहिए.
हम्म।
So there are a lot of services which are supposed to be delivered on the same day. So
हम्म।
the same person can come back on the
हम्म।
same window where he or she has submitted the document, and he can take the offline certificate
हम्म।
either way. Or if you don't want to come back to the same place, you can just download your certificate because a message will be sent to you.
हम्म।
So Amin app के लिए भी हमने क्या किया, now we have gone to the gram panchayat level. So
हम्म।
gram panchayat level पे we have lot of paraphernalia available. So PDAs are there, PAs are there. So under RD department there are staff. Under disaster management department also there are a lot of staffs who are deputed to gram panchayat level. Now we have trained these people कि instead of going to the blocks or instead of going to the DC offices, if please they can come till GPK, which are very much accessible from your all the household. So
हम्म।
ज्यादा से ज्यादा आपका 3 to 5 kilometers के रेडियस पे दिस ग्राम पंचायत यूनिट्स आर उनके हेडक्वार्टर होते हैं. So now our people are there, and they help us, and then they help these people in accessing the services,
जी।
because it's anyways a this thing. So this is one area wherein we are reaching the grassroots on our own. We have done a lot of publicity also.
हम्म।
Second thing what we have done is, अब now chalo, if you still are not savvy, you don't want to go to gram panchayat, you still want to walk into DC offices, and single window तो मैंने बता दिया.
हम्म।
But इसमें भी क्या होता था कि there were a lot of complaints that again, even after walking to DC office, they are not getting the dates. So now we have made it only for two officers are assigning date. So SDM headquarter,
हम्म।
who is generally an IAS officer over here, and the Deputy Director Revenue, who is a State Civil Service officer.
ओके।
So only these two people assign dates. Now no one else assign dates based on the offline applications that we are receiving. नहीं तो क्या होता था, किसी को भी आपने बोल दिया, वो पेपर घूमते 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 पता नहीं कहाँ जाता था. So now जो भी ऑफलाइन रिक्वेस्ट आती है, so now we digitize this on our own. So there is a system in place, and our two persons only are assigning the dates. This is in addition to the online systems that I am talking about.
हम्म।
So offline में we are taking care, and those people who don't want to travel all the way to DC offices, आपके पास ग्राम पंचायत यूनिट में भी you can just go, and they will be able to help you out. So this
हम्म।
is what we are trying to reach public.
हम्म। तो चाहे ये
Okay.
एमिन ऐप हुआ या टोकन मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम
Token
हुआ,
management.
ऑल दिस कम्स अंडर फेसलेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, कि आप अपने
Yes, ma'am.
घर
Yes,
बैठे
yes.
बैठे आपको सब कुछ हो
Yes,
जाएगा,
true.
आपको आने की दरकार नहीं है. दिस
जरूरत
साउंड
नहीं
सो
है.
प्रॉमिसिंग, ऑल्सो टाइम एफिशिएंट.
Yes, ma'am.
राइट राइट. तो
एंड
फेसलेस.
पहले क्या होता था ना, जैसे ऑफिसर छुट्टी पे जाते थे,
जी.
तो क्या होता था कि आज मैं नहीं हूँ, जैसे सपोज डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर इज नॉट इन स्टेशन and someone has come with a request to meet DC. So if DC is not there, what happens? So what we have done is, right from district collector, we have decentralized it. So if district collector is not there, my ADCs will take care of my work. If ADCs are not there, then SDMs will take care. So any person in the system, not just with the magistrate, but till the lower rank officials who is there. So now we have developed a leave management system also. So इसमें क्या होता था, आपको छुट्टी लेनी है आप लीजिए, हमें उसका प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. So there are 10 CLs you want to take, you take it. But you will ensure that even if you're taking 1 day CL, you will ensure that your work responsibility is assigned to someone else. So that is embedded in the system now. So abhi public ko, they should not be bothered about who is supposed to process their applications, because backend mein the system is taking care. The system is faceless, system is officer agnostic.
राइट.
So system says okay, ये बंदा होना चाहिए, अब ये बंदा नहीं है, उसकी जगह पे someone else is there,
हम्म.
and that the public work will not hamper. So our
हम्म.
leave management systems are also talking to our token management. So there is no lacuna कि आज ऑफिसर नहीं, फलाना ऑफिसर नहीं है, वो 2 दिन बाद आएगा, आप 2 दिन बाद आ जाइए. So now we are not returning the public on that thing. They'll
हम्म.
come, even if the officer is not there, someone else will do the work for them.
खाली हाथ नहीं जा रहे, आपका काम हो जाएगा पूरा जिस
आपका काम
दिशा में
बिल्कुल
जा
होगा.
रहे
इन रेयर सर्कमस्टांसेस, so we are also still learning, कि हमारे भी systems अभी भी full proof नहीं है. Yesterday only I encountered an issue.
ओके.
So we had put up two people on job. Both people, for some reason, they were not available. So now again, I have to put one more level of redundancy into the system. So that also is, part of learning. Ki
राइट.
not just two, maybe three, maybe four people, will have to be put in. So we are working on that.
सिंस ये पूरा फेसलेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन आप चला रहे हैं तो करप्शन में क्या फर्क आया है?
मैम करप्शन का सी, मैं अभी 10 साल यहाँ पे, आई स्पेंट 10 years in the service, and I'll not make bones about it that करप्शन स्टॉप हो गया है या फिर करप्शन नहीं होता है करके. एंड आई विल ऑल्सो नॉट से दैट होता भी है. सी द थिंग इज, आई हैव टोल्ड, आई एम रैशनल इनफ टू टेल माई पीपल दैट इफ आपने सर्विस ऑफर की, if someone is happy and if someone is offering you at a goodwill gesture, you take it, but you will not ask,
हम्म.
बिकॉज सिस्टम इज नॉट देयर फॉर द पेमेंट थिंग. आपको किसी को डिस्क्रिप्शन नहीं है ना. जो पूरा एंटायर हमारा मोटो था फेसलेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का, दैट पीपल शुड नॉट बी यू नो बी आज ये ऑफिसर नहीं है तो दूसरे ऑफिसर के पास जाने के लिए वी विल हैव टू पे मनी.
हम्म.
नाउ सिस्टम इटसेल्फ इज नॉट अलाउिंग. सिस्टम को तो पता ही नहीं कि कौन सा ऑफिसर उसको एक्सेस कर रहा
राइट.
है. तो दैट डिस्क्रिप्शन हैज बीन टेकन अवे. तो मोर और लेस आई वुड से जो पेटी करप्शन होता था ना, कि चलो मैं इस ऑफिसर से फलाना मिला देता
हम्म.
हूँ, या फिर ये बंदा नहीं है चलो मैं उसको लेके जाता हूँ, दैट हैज लार्जली बीन कंट्रोल्ड एंड कर्व. So I'm not promising it's a 100% corruption free systems that we are trying, but the entire effort of e-governance initiative ही ये था कि लोगों को जो तकलीफ होती थी to access the system, that we have largely taken care of. So
हम्म.
now I would say obviously the level of corruption would have definitely come down.
राइट. तो पूरा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को इतना डिजिटल बनाना, ई गवर्नेंस वाला जो आप काम कर रहे हैं, तो व्हाट वर द बिगेस्ट चैलेंजेस यू फेस्ड व्हाइल इम्प्लीमेंटिंग टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन गवर्नेंस रिफॉर्म्स?
मैम आई वुड से किसी भी इनिशिएटिव का सबसे बड़ा डिसएडवांटेज होता है कि वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट टेकिंग डिस्क्रिशन अवे फ्रॉम पब्लिक, द
हम्म.
ऑफिसर्स कंसर्न. कि जब मुझे गवर्नमेंट सर्विस में आने का, बहुत सारे लोगों का एम क्या होता है कि मेरे पास पावर होगी
जी.
और उस पावर को मैं एक्सरसाइज करूंगा ताकि I'll get that feel कि
हम्म.
मैं गवर्नमेंट सर्विस में हूं करके. So now when it comes to taking discretion away, obviously there will be resistance. Now what happens is, I mean, why we are after them so much, because 2 महीने 3 महीने बाद का डेट मिलता था and there was no way. And then they started gaming the systems even. So what we did is, Amin ऐप में phase 1 में हमने क्या किया था कि हमने नेक्स्ट 15 दिन का कैलेंडर वी वेर आस्किंग देम टू अपलोड, कि
हम्म.
आप नेक्स्ट 15 डेज में कहाँ कहाँ पे, वो हमें भी बताइए पब्लिक को भी बताइए.
जी.
सो दैट वाज आवर इनिशियल एफर्ट.
हम्म.
उसमें भी पीपल यूज टू अमीन्स यूज टू फेक द कि मैं यहाँ पे हूँ, आज मैं वहां पे हूँ. देन वी सेड कि नो, दिस इज नॉट वर्किंग. देन वी मेड ऑल स्लॉट्स फ्री.
हम्म.
देन वी स्टार्टेड असाइनिंग डेट्स टू देम. सो द सिस्टम, एंड अभी भी क्या होता है कि दे स्टिल आर रेजिस्टेंट इनफ दैट आई वाज देयर इन द फील्ड फॉर एंटायर डे, आई कांट गो फॉर अनदर सर्वे. सो दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ इश्यूज डू कम. वी आर
हम्म.
ट्राइंग टू टैकल. ब्यूरोक्रेटिक अपैथी जो होती है ना मैम, वो इसी में दिखती है कि मैं छुट्टी पे जा रहा हूँ एंड मेरे एब्सेंस में कैसे काम हो रहा है.
हम्म.
So that was, a big attitude change that was, was not digestible over here, because people derive a lot of power. मेरे पास फाइल है तो अगर मैं नहीं हूं तो वो फाइल प्रोसेस नहीं होगी. So we have taken out that. So a lot of people are in habit of, having key to the lockers. Now we said, if you're going on leave, you'll ensure that the locker ka key also is given to your concerned section head.
हम्म.
Otherwise, you're not going on leave. Otherwise, you'll have to come all the way from your leave and then open that locker where you have kept that file. So it took a lot of time. I am not saying, it might sound, very कि ये हो गया डिजिटल था हमें करना था. We have gone through counseling तक हमें करनी थी. People, the biggest change was expected out of the bureaucracy.
राइट.
उनको काउंसलिंग करना, उनको बताना कि हम लोग ये क्यों कर रहे हैं. Our
हम्म.
whole existence of bureaucracy is for the betterment of public.
पीपल.
And if you are not doing that,
हम्म.
then तो we are not, living to the motto that we are. So I would still say lot of challenge, lot of learnings as
राइट.
at a personal level also, because हम सोचते हैं ना एक ऐप डेवलप कर देंगे, वो ऐप से सब चल जाएगा. But how those apps also, requires constant refinement, and that was very deeply enriching experience, I would say. for myself.
राइट। तो
Right,
क्योंकि सब कुछ डिजिटल हो रहा है, न्यू सिस्टम्स आर बिकमिंग डिजिटल, तो अ, लोगों के जो पर्सनल डेटा है उसको कैसे प्रोटेक्ट किया जा रहा है कि वो मिसयूज
right,
ना
ma'am.
हो
So
या
now,
प्राइवेसी ब्रीच ना हो?
yes, correct. So this is what we have thought of. So right now we are using Amazon Web Services for that, and Amazon Web Services where we have have had a contract with them, and it's on secured server as of now. But we have a plan to transition into our entirely NIC network. NIC network, as you would know, it's Government of India, network, a secured site,
यस।
and it requires IT audit. So IT audit करने के लिए what happens is, since all these apps were the first time development, so we do meet every Wednesday and we see कि what has happened till last week, क्या bugs है या फिर क्या enhancement करनी है ना? So we are almost towards the end of that cycle now. Because what happens once you do IT audit and push these apps to NIC के पास, so किसी भी change को push करने के लिए मुझे फिर से IT audit करना पड़ेगा.
ओके।
So that's why we want to push the final version of the apps into the into NIC website. So as of now, AWS is helping. AWS is a secured network, and we'll be pushing the data from AWS to NIC. So NIC में जब चला जाएगा, so it will be hosted in state data centers which are quite secured. So I would say the data privacy is is being taken care of till now.
तो लोगों का क्या रिस्पॉन्स रहा है इस शिफ्ट को देख के कि ट्रेडिशनल मेथड से डिजिटल प्रोसेस पे आ गया है गैंगटॉक? तो
People are very happy now. I would say, I मतलब इसमें मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि अभी भी लोगों को because other districts have not adopted this system, so what happens is the large part of the population is still under impression that the Gangtok district is also might be having same thing, they have to still come to the offices. So we have not been able to, I would say, still do lot of publicity, because मुझे क्या लगता है publicity करना फिर वो होता है ना कि मैंने ये किया, so sort of that angle also comes into picture, and it may not be taken very positively at some of the level ki why is this officer doing his self publicity. So we are trying to manage that thing कि हम लोग ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को पहुंचे. अभी भी भीड़ जितनी मैं चाहता था कम हो ऑफिसेस में उतनी हुई नहीं है, बट आई हैव सीन दैट फ्रॉम द डे ऑफ इम्प्लीमेंटेशन टिल नाउ lot of crowd has come down. We would still wanted to go to a much lower level. So we are thinking that, and but लोगों का जो भी आता है, the response has been quite good. If I talk about my mother pods initiative and all,
या।
so mother pods में भी tourist का experience काफी अच्छा रहा है, because very few states में they have encountered such
मदर
secured
पोर्ट्स, राइट।
mother pods right in the heart of the public places.
सिटी।
जैसे बहुत lactating mothers have a lot of issues feeding their breastfeeding their babies in public places. This was one. The Amin app, as I said, it is slowly gaining traction even at the national level. This has been, being acknowledged now. And the token management systems are, people are very happy. Now they don't have to move from place to place. And we have made nice, जो मैं DAC beautification भी
जी।
जो मैंने बोला था. So that part also, so we said, when the public comes here, they should not get a feel like an hospital. They are entering a hospital, or टेरराइजिंग स्पेस जो होता है ना गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस, इसका फील
हाँ,
आजकल
राइट।
मतलब अभी तो काफी मॉडर्न हो गए हैं. बट पहले वाले गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसेस में जाना ही लोगों को बहुत बड़ा पेन लगता था कि डिंजी प्लेसेस, पावर नहीं है, एंड द ऑफिसर्स आर सो खड़ूस टाइप में. तो वी डिड DAC ब्यूटिफिकेशन, हमारे ऑफिस का ब्यूटिफिकेशन फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू नॉट ऑफ पब्लिक बट फ्रॉम the officers, because आप अपने लाइफ का 8 to 10 hours you are spending in a
राइट।
workplace, 1/3 of your life you are spending in a workplace, you should feel like coming back to the office day in day out. So we did that beautification from that point of view ki I'll share some good pictures with you
या।
also. And ब्यूटिफिकेशन हमने उसी एंगल से किया कि लोग हमारे स्टाफ को अच्छा लगे. पब्लिक को तो ऑब्वियसली दे फील गुड अबाउट दिस, बट स्टाफ के लिए भी ठीक लगे, अच्छा लगे. सो द होल प्रोसेस वाज फॉर दैट मैम.
तो ये तो बात थी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को लेके। अगर अब टूरिज्म के ऊपर आए तो गैंगटॉक इज अ मेजर टूरिस्ट हब इन सिक्किम,
यस.
राइट? तो व्हाट इनिशिएटिव्स आर यू टेकिंग टू प्रमोट सस्टेनेबल tourism while preserving the region's natural and cultural heritage?
करेक्ट. मैम इसमें आई वोंट बी एबल टू कमेंट मच, बिकॉज टूरिज्म इज अ सेपरेट डिपार्टमेंट इन इटसेल्फ. and their mandate is to make Sikkim a global attraction. But
Hmm.
if I would just like to reiterate a few of the initiatives that they have taken. So we are into 50 years of our statehood, as 16th May 2025 is the 50th year when Sikkim got merged with India. So previously it was a protectorate, and then full-fledged status 1975 में हमें मिला था. So on that part, one initiative which state government has started, which again was a copy of the initiative taken by district administration, is a heritage walk. Lot of
Hmm.
times, you would have seen Delhi में heritage walks होते हैं जहाँ पे
जी.
आपको पुराने पुराना किला से लेके आर्किटेक्चर द हेरिटेज से दिखाते
Hmm.
हैं. So we have also thought of that thing, and it's a complete. So Raj Bhavan, the heritage, the culture site, handicrafts and handloom, all these are very right from Raja के time से कैसे evolve हुए हैं. So people get an idea. So heritage walk is what we have started. Then, as you would say, women safety के हिसाब से Sikkim is very safe. I
Yeah,
mean, there are a lot
I
of
have that question to
patrolling.
ask as well related to women's safety.
Yes,
Yes.
because tourism and women's safety go hand in hand. You
Hmm.
can't be seen promoting tourism if you're not ensuring the dignity or the safety of women. So that way, I would say we are far ahead of the mainstream, states in the country. You would hardly see or read any news that tourist is being robbed, tourist is being attacked, or a rape or a murder
Right.
has happened in Sikkim करके. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि we are not 100% नहीं होता है यहाँ पे, but I'm saying the quantum of news you will not see.
परसेंट कम है
So
बाकी
that way,
स्टेट के हिसाब से.
yes, ma'am,
Right,
बहुत
right.
कम है, and we get a lot of tourist footfall,
Hmm.
and we would see that Lachen, Lachung, Mangan, थोड़ा सा we get setback through our road connectivity, but
Hmm.
state is working on a war footing, to improve the connectivity, and a lot of effort has been put in. If
Hmm.
you see 50 years of statehood, I would invite you. आप जरूर आइए. The entire city has seen a lot of facelift. So right from entrance point, you will see a lot of big flags have been posted. So we have entire MG mark being spruced up with 50 years of statehood, and a
Hmm.
lot of homestays, have been refurbished. Hotels have been asked to, make the tourist aware about the rich history and cultural heritage of the state. A lot of interactions at those levels have happened. Uh, so these are few, and entire city is getting a painted, repainted, I would
Right.
say. The
Hmm.
open spaces, if you see, no, on the major, not every houses, but जहाँ जहाँ पे open spaces है, so now we have painted our city very beautifully.
Hmm.
So you'll find red pandas, you'll find orchids,
Yeah.
you'll find rhododendrons, you'll find Mount Kanchenjunga, painted on the vacant spaces. So the city has come up beautifully in this 50 years.
तो मैं जो आज तक कभी भी सोलो ट्रैवल नहीं की हूँ, और अगर मैं गूगल सर्च भी कर रही थी तो सिक्किम में ऐसे लिखा था कि बेस्ट फॉर सोलो ट्रैवलर्स, फीमेल सोलो ट्रैवलर्स. राइट, तो अगर मैं सिक्किम आना चाहूँ एज अ सोलो ट्रैवलर, सो हाउ मच यू विल एडवाइस फॉर इट?
I would, if you're a professional rider, I would advise.
ओके.
And if you're not a professional rider, I would advise you to, travel safe. Because what happens, man, hills में क्या होता है ना, हमें जो आदत होती है बाइक चलाने की, जो प्लेन्स में है वर्सेस हिल्स में द रोड्स आर वेरी स्मॉल नैरो,
यस.
बिकॉज हमें उतनी स्पेस नहीं मिलती रोड
हम्म.
बनाने की. सो आई स्टिल एडवाइस पीपल, एड्रेनलिन रश इज वन थिंग, बट सेफ्टी इज अनदर एस्पेक्ट. सो हायर अ गुड फोर व्हीलर एंड रोम. From the safety point of aspect, I would assure you 100%, even if you're roaming at around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the night, this place is absolutely heaven. There is no question of, even having two thoughts about venturing out at night. वैसे नाइट लाइफ हमारी थोड़ी पुअर है. So
ओके.
and I'm happy that it is poor, because we obviously hills have to have their own ingenuity. तो
राइट.
हम वी आर प्रोटेक्टिंग आवर नेचर. वी डोंट वांट टू सलेट विद दैट थिंग, बिकॉज नाइट लाइफ अगर आपको करनी है तो सिटीज आर देयर. So you have a nightlife over there. Why do you want to come to hills to experience the nightlife? So you roam around, enjoy the pristine beauty of our majestic Kanchenjunga, I must say. And between October to December, I would advise, because अभी तो monsoon start हो गए almost. Pre-monsoon rains we are getting, and October to December would be very nice, very clear weather, sunny, and almost all the areas will be accessible to you. Please do come.
Surely, sir.
सिक्किम में क्या होता है कि बाहर के आर्टिस्ट आके परफॉर्म करते हैं, तो हमने
Hmm.
सोचा कि व्हाई नॉट प्रोवाइड अ प्लेटफॉर्म टू ओन आर्टिस्ट। सो हमने अपने लेवल पे गैंगटॉक और टैलेंट पे, सो इट वाज नॉट जस्ट रिलेटेड टू डांसिंग और सिंगिंग, सिंगिंग, थिएटर, मिमिक्री, गिटारिस्ट, sketchers. We brought everyone on one platform, and finally 19 artists could perform at the heart of the MG town. And we are now scaling this initiative to setting up of music libraries, wherein these 200 artists, who took part in the competition. So the idea is next 5 to 10 years, may we have our own local artists performing not just in Sikkim, but going out of the way and जाके लोग उनको सुनने आए, rather than our people just becoming an audience. So
Hmm.
ये initiative हमने start किया था. This has also been much applauded,
Hmm.
and we want to scale this up. And एक छोटी पहल थी, so उसको next year और ग्रैंड करेंगे, and I'm sure सस्टेनेबल करेंगे उसको फिर.
तो जैसे आपने कहा कि अभी मानसून आने वाला है, तो मेरे ख्याल से काफी ज्यादा हैवी रेनफॉल होता है सिक्किम गैंगटॉक वगैरह में, और लैंडस्लाइड्स का भी आई गेस थोड़ा बहुत होता रहता है। तो उसको
Yes.
लेके एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्या कर रहा है कि लोगों को दिक्कत ना हो, स्पेशली जो वहाँ पे रेसिडेंट्स रहते हैं उनके लिए?
Correct. So, ma'am, what I would say, हमारे लैंड रेवेन्यू में, आई एम a डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर, एंड दिस डिपार्टमेंट कम्स अंडर लैंड रेवेन्यू एंड डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट.
हम्म।
सो LRDM, सो हमारे डिपार्टमेंट के ही नाम में डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट
जी।
है. सो फॉर नेक्स्ट 2-3 मंथ्स विल ओनली बी डीलिंग विद डिजास्टर, डिजास्टर इन द सेंस कि कहीं लैंडस्लाइड हो गया, कहीं सो किसी का घर डैमेज हो गया. सो वी इंश्योर दैट immediately tarpaulins are provided to them, and there is the release of the money under ex gratia. So there are SDRF norms, Sikkim, state disaster response relief के norms होते हैं, उसके अंडर में based on the damages suffered by an individual, the quantum of money is released. So that releasing वाला process is very liberal over here. You
हम्म।
come, you give the photograph, we send our people, and based on the report, the ex gratia is released immediately. So for the bigger damages, we ensure that there are protective walls that are being constructed through the state development funds. So we are not able to sanction the protective walls for each and everyone,
हम्म।
but at least for the weaker section of the society, we ensure that prioritize करके उनको जितने protective wall बनाने में मदद करे, that we do. Our roads and bridges department ensure that there are regular patrolling, so that at least the roads are not blocked. And if there are, and we have a road status group also every morning. So we have started this from 10th of May, that every major roads in district, so people should be aware that this road is blocked, this road is open, so that
हम्म।
they can travel there, so they can plan their travel. So this advisory is also being released on a daily basis in public domain from 10th
Okay.
of May, and that helps in people planning their travel.
Right.
बच्चों को help होती है schools में आने के लिए.
हम्म।
We are monitoring the situation. So there are 5 or 6 areas, major areas, which we have identified, which might be affected due to landslide. We are ensuring that the JCBs are placed. So, जो contractor होते हैं उनके JCBs place करके we ensure it is immediately cleared. And
हम्म।
we have already taken meetings with all the land departments. कभी आपकी pipeline burst हो सकती है, कभी कहीं landslide हो सकता है. Health department has to be on tour. So that meeting has already happened.
हम्म।
And now, the clean the drain campaign is also going on. So all your drains are being cleared, all your blocks may led by videos, the drains in the blocks are being cleared. So sir, these measures are we are taking. Hopefully, will be minimizing the impact. Ours is a a disaster prone state. So
हम्म।
it's a very fragile Himalayan
Right.
territory that we are nestled in, and it is still I would say it's not stable. So efforts are going on to minimize the damage, I would say.
Okay. So, as an IAS officer, what advice would you give to young aspirants who want to contribute to public service and governance inspired by your work in Gangtok?
I won't say don't get inspired by my work. If you are really, passionate about doing public service, this is one of the best medium to, come and serve the society. Also, having work in private sector, I would advise the young aspirants that, it's not the end of the world. Life will provide you a lot of opportunities, even otherwise. Even, I see a lot of people hankering after public, jobs, civil service banna hai. But in my 10 years of service, I've met a lot of committed individuals outside public service who are doing much more than what we do. यस, यहाँ पे आने के बाद आपको एक बहुत वाइड मीडियम मिलता है कि जहाँ पे आप बहुत ज्यादा एफर्ट कर सकते हो. अगर लोगों को उनकी स्कीम्स का ही बेनिफिट आप पहुंचा दीजिए, वो भी बहुत, दैट विल बी अ बिग सर्विस टू द नेशन. एंड आई वुड से all honest taxpayers are doing a great public service. So we are under no illusion that only civil servants do it. So I say that अगर आपके पास motto है, you want to come, please do come, but don't consider this as the end of the world. There are a lot of things which otherwise also you can contribute for the betterment of this nation.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for your wise words. And this
Thank you
has
so
really
much,
been a
ma'am.
great conversation. काफी कुछ आपने बताया गैंगटॉक के बारे में, आप जो काम कर रहे हो उसको लेके, टूरिज्म, विमेन सेफ्टी, बाकी जितने भी रोजमर्रा की दिक्कतें लोग फेस करते हैं, तो हाउ यू टैकल विद ऑल दिस दिस
Right.
इज
Thank you
दिस इज अ
so
ग्रेट
much for
इनपुट.
providing this opportunity, ma'am.
थैंक यू सर.